Okay, so now that the most of the decking is on the roof, I need to finish this one little section here that was a weird shape, and I need to put a peak or a little bit of a roof going down the other way. I'll have to add some blocking and just put one board on top of it over there and then a facing board, just so that the rain doesn't come back on the back side of that board. This side over here, I'm not going to do anything because we have a future plan for this side of the building anyways, that if I add it on now, it would just get in the way later. I'd have to take it off. So we're going to leave that alone. But so for now, all the decking's up here. I'm going to go around and, well, first I'll get those two spots, and then I'm going to chalk the edges and cut all the extra joists off down there, and then cut the extra deck boards that are hanging off the edge nice and straight with a chalk line. And then we'll get to the fun part. In absence of being able to find our chalk line, I've tied a string here, and I'm going to use a marker to mark by the string so I can get a straight line to cut off all the edges. Okay, I've got my blocking in to support my deck board. That's going to be the overhang over here above the original A-frame roof. So now I'm going to put a board on top of that. Okay, there's what it looks like with the first board on. I'm going to now add a second board to give me the same overhang that I've had all the way around. Okay, here's what the second board looks like from underneath. You can see it continues on my overhang. That's going to tie into the roof that we're going to be adding on top of this decking here in a little bit. Good morning. It is a new day here at the channel. We are ready to put the roof on. We have tar paper down and we have drip edge all around the edge. And it is time to put down the roof, which for me is the exciting part. We are actually going to try and do a dry pour of cement. the roof will end up being much like the roof on the cabin or on the porch. The porch turned out really well. We did that as a continuous pour, you know, bringing up buckets of mixed cement, but it's very difficult to get that up there, and I don't think we could do all that mixing for this roof and get a single pour, and I think the single pour is really helpful. The cabin roof isn't a single pour. We have lots of cold seams in it, but it seems to be holding up anyways. But I think the single pour with no cold seams is the way to go. And so we're going to attempt to do what's called a dry pour. I'll put the cement down dry and spread it out, and then I will sprinkle it or mist it with water and do bag by bag that way. And I think it's going to be a lot easier than trying to mix the water in. First thing I have to do is I have to get this air conditioner mounted up on the wall and get it up out of the way. And then I'll start putting the cattle panels down. So what we did for the roof over here, you can kind of see it, is there's cattle panels inside of the cement and then chicken wire on top of that. So the cattle panels give it the structural strength. This stuff, I can't do it from here. Well, maybe you can see it a little bit. I can even bend this stuff and flex it. It's very durable, I guess is the right word, because the cattle panel is in it. And then in case it cracks, the chicken wire is there to keep it from completely blowing out and going away. It'll stay in place, but it'll be cracked. We can find the crack. We can fill it with some sealer. So it makes a really good system. It's been working out really well on the cabin roof. It's been working out incredibly well on the front and the porch roof, which is the most recent pour we've done this way. And I'm really excited about it. So we're gonna go ahead and get to work. We're gonna do cattle panels everywhere first, and then we're gonna do chicken wire on top of that. That'll be stapled to the roof to kind of hold everything down. And then I'm going to mix up a small batch of cement around the edges. So I'll put a small batch of cement, you know, in a square that's big enough, maybe 3 feet by 4 feet, to cover the area of one bag of cement. And then I'll do the dry pour inside of that. And then each time I move, I'll add a little bit to the edges, so it will be a continuous pour for the cement. I'm excited. Here we go. Okay, so while I was trying to move it, one of the tubes kinked and then cracked, and it leaked out all of the Freon or the coolant. So I'm just going to disconnect it and carry it off the roof so it's out of the way. So I can fold this up out of the way. And then I can carry this down the ladder. And I still will know, I'll know where everything goes because it's still connected here. I can rewire everything. It's going to end up being shorter now anyways, so I'll just only use what I need. I can't connect it to the wall yet because I still need to put siding here. So this works out. I got a flare too. I'll have to buy some additional coolant. So, all right. Okay, step back.
Got it.
Okay, so it's a new day. It was really hot yesterday. We didn't get a whole lot done. It's not actually degrees hot, terribly hot, but it's very humid here. And for us, it just makes it really difficult to get any work done. We have all of the cattle panels down and secured to the roof using fender washers. and we have most of the chicken wire secured using staples, and I have half of the cement bags up here already. So the procedure is going to be to mix up a little bit of cement wet to go around the edge and leave it just a little bit dry actually so that it'll stick there, and then I'll start filling in the inside with the dry concrete and spraying it. So this will be a dry pour roof, so that's kind of cool. I'm just going to do maybe a 3-inch section along the roof wherever I'm going to be laying the dry cement for that bag, and then I'll try and keep that edge live or keep it from curing as we go along, and just slowly spread it out so that I'm never doing a cold butt up together. It's always going to be active cement next to active cement. So here we go. Okay, so we've got all of the cement mix laid, covering all of the metal. And now I kind of want to put a layer of Portland cement on top of it. So I've got a nice slurry here, and I'm gonna wet the surface first because it's really hot out. Then I'm gonna pour some out of the bucket and try and spread it around with a roller. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so the roof is done. It's the next morning, and it looks really good. We're really happy with it. It was a lot of work. It was hot yesterday for us, and we tried to get up really early to get done before the heat happened. We got up at 5 o'clock and got started on it, and we finished placing all the concrete and wetting it down at about noon. And then we went ahead and put on that coat of sealer afterwards. And the sealer worked really well. It just looks like one complete solid roof now, which it is, but it's sealed up really nice. You can tell it's not going to leak. It's really good. So we're really happy with it. So for now, that's that.